In this video, we'll be starting with LM curve. Now, LM curve is very much similar to IS curve. The only difference is LM curve shows combinations of interest and output in money market at equilibrium level. So if you pay attention, then I and Y was also there when we talk about IS curve. This equilibrium level was also there when we talk about IS curve, but this was not there, right? While studying IS curve, we talk about goods market, and while talking about LM curve, we focus on money market, right? So just like we had to follow a two-step procedure to derive our IS curve, similarly, we'll follow the same to derive LM curve. So our step 1 is to develop relationship between interest rate and output or income, right? And second is to equate MD and MS, because your money market is in equilibrium when MD is equal to MS, right? Now let's start with the first step. So previously, while studying this money market, we talked about how money demand depends upon two factors. Number one is your income, and number two is cost of holding money. Why income? Because if your income is high, so you'll make more transactions, and in order to make more transactions, you need more money. This money does not only mean in form of currency, it can be any form, but you'll definitely want to have some money with you, right? And second factor was cost of holding money. It refers to interest that your bonds or shares are paying you, right? For example, earlier your interest that you were getting on bonds were 10%, so you were like indifferent between these two things about whether you should keep it or you should invest it. But when it grew to 15%, you started to think more about investing it, right? So if your interest rate will increase, you will want to invest more, right? Because you want to earn some additional income, right? Who does not want to? So in order to fulfill your desire to earn additional income, you'll start investing. Hence, investments will increase. Now see, this is the difference between money market and goods market. In money market, as interest rose, our investment declined, right? But in money market, as interest increased, our investment also increased. Why? In order to get some additional income. And here, our cost was increasing, so we started to decline it, right? So this is a major difference you have to make sure that you are not confused with. Okay? Now let's proceed with the formula regarding this concept. So to recap, we just saw that your money demand, which is represented by L, right? L is directly related to your Y, which is income. If Y increases, your L will increase, and vice versa. The second relation was L is inversely related to I. Why? Because as interest rate will increase, your money demand will decrease, right? Not investment, money demand. Money demand will decrease. So we can develop a relationship between Y and I using this, right? So money demand is equal to KY minus HI. Now let's understand each term. L is your money demand function, right? Y is your income and I is your interest rate. We are aware about these things, right? But what is K and H? As in IS curve, we realize that I is equal to this, where B was responsiveness, right? It measured change in I due to change in I, right? Similarly, these two guys measure responsiveness, right? For example, K measures responsiveness or measures how much there's change in your money demanded due to change in income, and H measures how much is your change in money demand due to change in interest rate, right? So we have L is equal to Ky minus Hi. Yeah. Now let's come to money supply. Now, in order to see money supply, first we all know that money supply is in total control of central bank, right? So it's usually constant. Also, when we talk about money supply, we are not talking about nominal money supply. We are not talking about nominal money supply. We are talking about real money supply. Now, if you remember, then to find out real money supply, we used to divide it with the price level. So, your money supply is represented as this. That this is your nominal money growth, right? And this P over here is price level or prevailing price level in the economy. So your MS is equal to M by P, right? Now let's come to our second step, which was to equate MD and MS, and let's see what we get from that. But before starting or going to our second step, let's first see what our money demand schedule looks like. MD schedule, x-axis, y-axis 0, right? This is your money demand and this is your I. So we all know that there is this inverse relation between MD and I, right? So this is how it's negatively sloped, right? Now this is your L is equal to L2 and L1. L2 is KY1, sorry, KY2 minus HI, plus L1 which is KY1 minus HI. Okay, this distance in between these two curves is caused due to change in income. Okay, and yes, so we can say at a constant rate of interest, our MD increases as level of income increases. Okay, we are good to go. Now previously we derived MD is equal to KY minus HI, right? And MS is equal to M bar by P bar. Since in money market MD is equal to MS, so KY minus HI is equal to this. Again, like an IS curve, we derive the equation with respect to I. We are going to do the same in this. So HI is equal to M by P minus KY. Now we need to remove this negative sign. So we'll multiply both sides with this minus sign. So we get KY minus MP. Now dividing each side with H, we get KY by H minus MPH. Now we can take our H common, so we get KY minus M by P. And this equation is our LM equation, or equation for this LM curve. Okay, now in the next video we'll see slope of LM curve and we'll derive those curves. Thank you.